Well, good evening and welcome to round number 4 of the GT Club Indycar series. My name is Matt Nipris and we are bringing you the action live from Watkins Glen here tonight. Fantastic circuit, one of the best tracks in America. I don't care what anyone else says. Such a fun circuit to race around as we've got a very interesting night of racing for you as usual with the GT Club formula. We are running, better just double check. No, actually I won't because this will be a different server. Never mind. It should be the same race format, two 30-minute races with a reverse grid top 10. A few drivers making their debut tonight. We've got Edward Waters here, getting a little bit of a drift on in the final corner. And he almost bins it, but he manages to keep it out of the fence. He may get collected here. He gets avoided. I don't know who that was, but fantastic to see Edward actually get avoided there. Edward, actually one of our subscribers, actually. So welcome, Edward. There he is in chat. How you going, mate? Good to see you out on track instead of in the chat. But well, actually, it's actually right there in chat. So I've had a long day. I've had a very long day. Okay. I'm not quite thinking. I haven't really had enough coffee yet, so yeah, cheers. Jeez, this is a good looking livery, I have to say. You've done well, Edward. I like this. I love these asymmetrical liveries. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is for me. I just love it. It's fantastic. Good start. Good stuff. Good stuff. So far, we have got 13 drivers in the server, having a bit of a crack around in these cars. We're going to try and find someone who's about to start a lap so we can have a bit of an on-board lap. Here we go, Chris Munro. This will be a good... What a driver to join on board with for a lap around this circuit. And, well, before we start, let's give you a full screen. As Chris Munro tips around the final corner, gets a good run, uses all the exit space, maximise the speed. Heading into turn number 1, hard on the brakes, back to 3 gears, 90-degree downhill, very awkward corner. It's sort of off camber, dips down, really, really cool. Turn 2 and 3, this long climb up the hill, fast, wide open throttle, slightly banked, bit of a blind corner. Expect to see a few little incidents as the track does bottleneck there. Best part of the track right here, well actually... Never mind, we just go straight past the best part of the track there. We've missed the bus stop chicane and the Indycars as we head through the shoe. And Chris Munro will bin it on us. God damn it, Chris, you had one job. Who did I see that was behind him? I think I saw... Christopher Razor. Here we go. So he's going to pick up where Chris Munro left off. So he tips it through... I forget what the name of that corner is. But anyway, we're into this... long section of the road course into the shoe, as they call it. Around the, towards the toe of the boot. Very, very interesting corner. It goes uphill. You can sort of get away with a few extra meters under braking because that uphill run helps slow the car down. Then into the heel of the shoe. This is a very awkward corner as well. You think you can get on the throttle a lot earlier than what you actually can. That catches out a lot of drivers. Certainly catches me out a few times the first time I was driving around the circuit. And now we're back onto the regular part of the circuit into these last two corners. Nice and aggressive for Christopher Razor and into the final corner. Again, a slight banking there. Use all the space you can. And, well, as we've seen tonight from Lee Grant. I'm going to say it's Lee Grant. Possibly Luke Grant. I don't know. Might just double check that. No, we don't have his first name. But anyway, he has done a 125.543. Only slightly faster than Harley Marshall in second place. This is the man right here in the number 30 machine. And just to confuse us all, we actually have two number 30s. Joshua Hill here in the alternative livery. But, yeah, good to see a good turnout tonight. 13, it's been rather popular. And... looking forward to getting another night of IndyCar racing up and running for you at home. Shout out to everyone who took part in our poll. Who is your favourite IndyCar driver? Well, we had Scott McLaughlin, Scott Dixon, and Pat O'Ward. Christoph69, thank you for giving me that information. It is Lachlan Grant. Very hard to learn everyone's first name, because I don't often get provided an entry list. I just sort of have to read what's on the timing tower on the left-hand side there and just guess. I just make it up as I go along. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that is a very bad time to swap over to Ash Flash. I was just about to say how well he is going. So, is that like a pre-commentator's curse? I think that's like, I feel that's a pre-commentator's curse. I was about to start talking about how well Ash Flash was going in this practice session. You know, sitting at a 1:26.538, and then he goes and bins it before I even start talking. I feel like that's a pre-commentator's curse. Floppy disks don't work. How's it going, mate? I'm pretty tired. Had a very long day at my day job, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately this Twitch thing isn't quite paying me yet, so have to keep the day job. But yeah, otherwise not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, jeez, everyone's binning it. Should I just stop focusing on people? Let's focus on Lars Braun. I'm sure he won't bin it. And he doesn't bin it. There we go. Good to see. Now, also, I have got a few race packs sent to me by the great Dravelmere himself. As soon as I just get a few things ready for the stream. Stream ahead, I should say. One-man team, did I mention? For those of you playing along at home, there is the GT Club Discord. Get in and get involved. Now, I've got a few race packs presented to me by the great man, Dravelmere himself. And thank you, Dravelmere. So, this race, 30 minutes. Oh, well, two races tonight, 30 minutes. Looks like it's going to be a one-stopper again. Even a mega slow outlap won't help the tyre wear. So that's very interesting. We saw at the previous round Indianapolis drivers having to make a pit stop, trying to make the whole way through, as the great man is actually in the server now. So front left gets absolutely demolished through the fast right-hander after the straight, and drivers are going to have to manage their temperatures and pressures. And the last corner is so inviting to push hard, but if you clip the wall on the exit, instant suspension damage. Expecting qualifying for drivers to attack that, but in the race, drivers will stay well clear. And as I sort of detailed in the track walk around, turn one, I'm sort of expecting carnage in turn one, although it is GT Club. These guys are really good with turn one. They're very, very sensible. They don't go and bin each other. Although they probably will now that I've given them the good old commentator's curse. But anyway. But yeah, turn 2 and 3, how it just sort of bottlenecks a little bit. We could see a little bit of carnage there. But let's hope that everyone just behaves themselves and has a good time. Floppy disks don't work. Went to the bend on Wednesday and loved it. Pretty sure there was an F5000 out there too. Dude, jealous of you. Wish I had a racetrack here in my hometown. But we don't. Because reasons. I'll tell you why. Because we have a Greens Labour government here for 24 years. That'll do it every time. But yeah, F5000, they are pretty cool. I don't think they're as cool as Indycars. But it's very even between them. But no, I think Indycars are probably slightly cooler than Formula 5000. I don't know. I just that big lumpy V8 sound just doesn't sound right in an open wheel. It's got to be a high revving scream. So that means Formula 1 cars don't sound real good either. I want to hear race engines, not vacuum cleaners. So now we have 14 drivers in the server. Here is Dravomir. Thank you, Dravomir. Again, if you're tuning in on the stream, thank you for sending me those notes. It is greatly appreciated. Dravomir making his customary late appearance into the practice server, although I'm sure he's been cutting a few laps. So he fires it down the front straight, tips it in. Ooh, now there's a bit of an issue there. That exit curb out of turn one, we generally see a little bit of may see a little bit of binning there. That's a bin corner right there. Yeah, so the driver's got to be very, very patient. Bit of a shame we're not using the bus stop chicane there. That is a great fun. I don't know if anyone out there has got a set of Corsa Competizione and got the new DLC, but damn, that bus stop is fun on ACC. So much fun. Haven't even tried Indianapolis and Kota yet. I might try and do that over the weekend if I get time. Oh, that was a lovely little save there from Drav. Just locked up the brakes and just brought it back into line. Floppy disks don't work. I assume you must be talking about Malala. Oh, Dravomir has binned it. He's done 26.457, so he'll probably be happy enough with that. With 3 minutes left in practice. Oh, there's a good question, Floppy disk. What's the best car for GT4? Geez, I don't know. I mean, GT4 is very, very much underloved, in my opinion, in Competizione. Actually, really good that you've asked that question. I'll tell you guys a little bit later, as soon as we end free practice, because it is to do with GT Club, and it is really cool. Oh, Barbagello. Oh, yes, of course. Of course, Barbagello, the giant L. The giant L. I just assumed you went to the Bend, and you're from South Australia. Jeez. Silly me. Silly me. But anyway, back to your question. Best car for GT4. I don't know. I mean, I tend to favour the KTM, just because I like KTMs. Like, KTM's a cool car. I'm sort of hoping that Kunos will start adding GT2 cars into ACC. So that KTM GT2 car is pretty damn cool. You're over there visiting family? Nice. Are you showing them the stream? Should be showing them the stream. If you're not showing them the stream, that's not cool. Get them to subscribe as well. Ooh, that was very aggressive there for Chris Munro. Keeps it out of the fence, luckily. And he goes well, that's an outlet for him. They're on their final laps here. And then we go into 15 minutes of qualifying. Now, for those of you, if this is your first time joining the stream, if you look on the left-hand side on the tower, you'll see these little green and blue boxes. That is the push-to-pass status indicator. So, I'm not sure if you can actually see inside the little box. There is a number. So, at the top, Lachlan Grant with 3. That's indicating how many push-to-pass button presses he has. When it's green, it's ready. Blue means it's being used, and orange means it's unavailable. What wheel do I have? I've got a Fanatec CSL Elite. Just the baseline, the base model Fanatec. Does the job for me. I like it. I'd like to try the CSL DD. I'm seeing a few people having problems with them, interestingly. Taylor Simmons, I believe we haven't really seen this chap competing in Indycars. We haven't seen Taylor Simmons for a while, actually. Normally a competitor in the AK Racing V8 Supercar Series. Great to see him having a bit of cross-pollination with GT Club. As, in fact, he's going to bail out of this lap. And he finishes with a 129.993. That puts him, well, not quite. I think that puts him at the bottom of the timing list. But that's okay. Drivers are starting to jump out of the session. Joshua Rickers, we have got a livery for him this time. No longer has a blank white car. Aidan Kiernan, great to see him make it back into the series. Missed the last round, unfortunately. He crossed the line and see what he does. 136.945. That's very much unindicative of his race times, I would say. So let's run through the results from practice. So Harley Marshall on top of the 25.474. A little bit faster than Lachlan Grant with a 25.543. Chris Munro in third with a 125.678. Christopher Razor not quite getting into the 25s with a 126.104. The exact same lap time as well as Dravelmere. Matt Double in sixth. Edward Warners. Goddamn Dutch names. Jeez, catch me every time. Ash Flash in 8th, Josh Hill 9th, Aidan Kiernan in 10th, rounding out the top 10, Joshua Rickers, Owen Page, Lars Braun, and Taylor Simmons rounding out the field. Hello, Rain Donald Righteous. Or sunburnt, yeah. Yeah, mate, I work outdoors. I work outdoors, man, and it's probably actually more windburn than anything else. Because, damn, it was windy today. Anyway, while we're waiting for the server to tick over into qualifying, let's talk about a few things coming up with GT Club, actually. How cool is this? The GT4s are coming back. I think there may have been some slight improvements with the cars, but that is really cool to see the GT4s come back. It was a very popular series last time. So, yeah, if you want to get involved in that, make sure you jump into the Discord. There it is. Jump in, get involved. GT4s are great fun. This is all on Assetto Corsa, by the way, the OG Assetto. So, yeah. Bit of mod fun for you guys at home. This Sunday night, potentially, we might have a stream. I don't know. I'm tossing up between doing the AK Racing Rotary Cup or just doing a bit of a fun filler stream. Been getting right into a bit of Ride 4 lately. Love some motorbike action. So if you want to check out Ride 4, make sure you check out the stream on Sunday night. If I stream, I'm still tossing up at the moment, but you know, we'll see. Next Tuesday night is actually a bye, but the week after we'll be back with Shakedown Sim Racing. So that's the 19th of July, Kyalami, ACC. Good times, and then we'll be back with GT Club for the next round of the Indycar series, which is, if I'm not, let me just go through the calendar. The next round is at Kota, and it is the final round of the IndyCar series. So you might not be able to get involved in the IndyCars, but that doesn't matter. You can get involved with the GT4s. So we have actually started qualifying. Okay, that was quicker than I was expecting. Rain Rolled Righteous, thank you for the follow, by the way. That brings us up to 455. Remember, if I get to 500 followers, it's going to be a shoey live on stream. God forbid I get that shoey. Please don't. I don't want to do it. But I also want to hit 500. I've got to bribe you people somehow. If you're also joining us on YouTube, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/go_race_promotions and hit the follow button. Just saying. Got to be my work boot though. No, I leave my work boots at work. I don't want to drink out of that. I don't even want to look at my work boot. Okay, so cars are already out on circuit. Chris Munro, as ever, he is leading the way. Let me bring up the track for you folks. There we go. Look at that. So we have 12 drivers in the server at the moment competing. And Chris Munro will be the first one to fire some laps in. At least set a benchmark for everyone. But, let's ride on board with him. Of course, we're very familiar with Chris Munro. Seen him racing in the AK Racing V8 Supercar Series multiple times. Great driver. Good to see him having a crack at something different. I actually see him competing in a lot of different things of late as he attacks that final corner as Gravelmere sort of predicted. And now Chris Munro sets off down the hill, tips it into turn one, nice and gentle. Look at that steering input, so gentle on the entry to the corner. Of course, the way that part of the track is profiled is very easy to lose the rear of the car. So Chris being very cautious with his inputs, which is pretty well standard, I think, for any mid-engine car. Now we head up to this long sweeper. Munro, picture perfect as you'd expect. Specky K, good luck tonight, guys. Specky, why aren't you racing? For goodness sake, mate, one job. Should have been racing. Now up to the toe, Munro. Very hard on the brakes. As I said, you can use the profile of the track, how it rises up in, how it ascends the up the hill. You can use that to your advantage to help slow the car down. You can also do the same thing here. Munro aiming for that late apex. Gets it perfectly. That is lovely. And now into the final corner. Munro grabs a little bit of dirt on the entry. He did that on the start of his first flying lap. See if that affects him across the line. 25.398. Woo! That is quick. That is pretty damn quick. Matt Double goes second with a 125.967. Josh Hill up into third, immediately displaced by Harley Marshall at 126.017. Ash Flash into fifth place, and then Grant now up into fourth. Lars Braun at 127.035. He goes seventh fastest, immediately back into pit lane, I think, for Lars, or is he just off the circuit? Not sure. Yep, back into the pit lane for Lars Braun. And Gravelmere goes second, 125.745. Christopher Rosa has binned it. He heads back to pit lane. Seeing Josh Hill going a little bit quicker than his previous best. He's actually closest to Chris Munro's first sector time, and he struggles to get the power down. You've got to be careful with these cars. They do just... I do like to light up the rear tyres and rotate very quickly. So he fires out of the heel of the boot up towards the main circuit. Gravelmere is usually quite quick racing other cars, isn't he? He is quick in anything he races. You sound like you've been watching the channel for a while. Oh, Hill grabs the wall. And he has got some serious damage. He goes seventh fastest, but he's lost a... Oh, someone has binned it. That was Lachlan Grant. That was a big bin in the background. Man. Gravelmere was not kidding when he said that this wall at the exit of the final corner is absolute murder. Look at that. It's even that safer barrier stuff. What do they actually call it? Safer barrier? Have I got that right? Safer barrier. I feel like that's the right word to use. Seeing a few drivers going to take a few different lines here during qualifying. So, see the drivers who are really attacking anyway. Anyway, back to the actual racing. So Grant fires off again. He's on outlap at the moment. Not seeing anyone going too fast in the sectors just yet. But I haven't got any sectors. It's, Edward Wanders up into fifth place. This will be a dream debut for him if he can keep this up. So They head down the back straight, almost touching 300 kilometres per hour. Ooh, that's a big twitch. He held on to that quite well, did Edward. I sort of have to be really nice to Edward. He's one of our subscribers here. Chris Munro, also another subscriber, I believe. So that's how you get really nice comments from me. You bribe me with money, by the way. Actually run an AC league myself, and I like to watch other leagues' races. Cool, man. Good to see a good turnout for these fellas get through. Looks like an incredibly competitive field. Mate, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till we get to racing. We've got a lot of super experienced drivers. Chris Munro, keep an eye on him. Harley Marshall, very, very quick. Matt Double, you can never count out Matt Double. And, well, this man right here, Ash Flash, he is my dark horse when my eternal dark horse, Justin Rediex, isn't racing. He flies through turn number 1. See the car's bottoming out. Oh, runs very wide. You've got to be so careful. Track limits pretty strict at that curb. At least they are in ACC. And Chris Munro goes a little bit quicker. Another 25.363. So Chris Munro is certainly throwing down the gauntlet for his competitors. Dravomir is keeping him honest with a very quick Sector 1. Only 0.038 down from Chris Munro. He looks like he's going to get a little bit of traffic. I don't know who that is. 59. That is Taylor Simmons. Hopefully Simmons should back out of this lap. No, in fact, Dravomir is going to back out of the lap and reset. Let's check in on Matt Double. As I said, never discount this guy. He is quick on his day. He can be quick any day. Oh, he's just binned it. Never mind. See, I'm very gifted with the commentator's curse. So, yeah. Just be careful. I've recently received a message or two regarding streaming leagues. Be careful. My commentator's curses are quite lethal. Floppy disks don't work. He can attest to that. Chris Munro setting purple Sector 2, so we could be seeing that benchmark drop even further. The delta shows that he is down, though. He's had a good run out of the final corner. And he was unable to go any faster. In fact, he bailed out of that lap before he completed it. All right, here we go. So Joshua Rickers, he's up. He's down on Chris Munro's time, but he's done a personal best in the first sector. Rain Ronald Righteous. Oh, thank you, mate. I would love to make this a career, but I don't know how to. Hey, how do I get a break in professional commentating? Someone help. Edward Waters, 1:25.898. That puts him up onto the second row of the grid, into third provisionally. Well, Josh Rickers comes around to complete a lap, and I think this will be his first standing lap, really. Let's see if he can do it at 1:27.911. And it's good enough for 13th. It puts him ahead of Taylor Simmons in the 59. Mate, Ronald Righteous, probably not what you know, it's who you know, like always. Mate, I should really... I do know someone who does do commentating. I should talk to him, actually. But yes, I've been told I'm a pretty good commentator. Do commentary for Octane Online as well. And Chris Razor actually bailing... Drivers bailing out of laps early. It's very interesting. Ooh, Matt Doubles. He's on a quick one again. Less than a tenth between himself and Chris Munro. You know what's funny, Ronald? Outside of the commentary box, I'm a very, very quiet person. Do not say much at all. Jeez, I tell you what, this lap from Matt Double, if he can hold it together, coming out of the chute, he'll be very, very much onto the tail of Chris Munro. Mate, I'm just very passionate about racing. I love it. And that double into the final two corners is still up. runs right at almost to the wall there. Can he get onto the front row? He can't. 125.759, so that last sector really, really catching a few drivers out. I don't know what it is. That's causing these drivers to lose time to Chris Munro. Munro, in fact, he's about to break some hearts. He's going a 10th faster. Purple Sector 1, Purple Sector 2. He is flying. As Munro heads around the final two corners. Tips it in. Very aggressive on the curb. He had to get out of the throttle. And he stops the clock. He loses time in the third sector. So even Chris Munro can't best his own Sector 3 time. In fact, yeah, you might be onto something there, Ronald. Red hot tyres. I'm seeing a lot of drivers not going quicker on their second lap. Although Munro, he's just proven us wrong. He's gone Purple Sector 1 again. He's hard on the limiter heading into the... I want to say that's the carousel. I should really have a track map with all the corner names. So he now makes his way into the boot. Trip the second sector timing beacon very, very soon. He heads around the toe and he actually loses control. So, well, these cars very, very touchy on the throttle, has to be said. As Dravelmere trying to get some cheeky little slipstream there from Wanders. Down the back straight and into the carousel. Wanders does see him coming and just steps out of the way of Dravelmere. Good sportsmanship there. Now into the toe of the boot goes Dravelmere. Let's see how deep he can go on the brakes at the 100-yard board. Oh, that was beautiful. Is that 100-yard or 100-metre? I don't know. Don't know. In fact, Dravelmere going Purple Sector 2. Josh Hill also on a Purple Sector. So we could... There's some challenge going on yet for Chris Munro in this qualifying session. We see Drav just gently feeding the throttle on. Hear him carrying the throttle for as long as he can going into the final corner. Can he get onto the top spot? He can't. I tell you what, he is super close to the back of Chris Munro. Have a look at some gaps. There we go. Less than, oh, look at that, 0.023 of a second. Dravelmere and Chris Munro, that is your competition tonight right there. And as I said, never discount Matt Double, never discount Ash Flash either. Have I been keeping up with the V8 supercars? Not particularly. Ooh, who was that? I think that might have been probably not Kerenan, no. Whoever it is, he's backed into pit lane. I tell you, I'm very surprised to see Owen Page and Rickers so far down the order. They're usually a little bit further up. Kerenan having a really good run tonight. He's up in 9th place. And it's pretty well par for the course from there. Josh Hill, really the standout performer at the moment. Sitting up there in provisional 4th as we tick down the final 30 seconds of this session. Dravelmere going Purple Sector 2 again. But Chris Munro, he's gone Purple in Sector 1 by 0.089 of a second. So that time could drop down even further. We see Dravelmere is 0.3 down on his own personal best. Gets a good run out of the final corner, but it's not going to be enough. He stops the clock at 125.657. Wanders now, he gets onto the second row of the grid. So Wanders, he's actually going again for another lap. And Grant now. Lachlan Grant into 5th place. Checkered flag comes out. Dravelmere has finished. Grant is finished. Hill is finished. Braun and Page are both finished. But we're going to focus on Chris Munro because he's gone purple. He's actually going to bail out of the lap, so he must have made a mistake coming out of the boot. Check in with Rickers and Simmons as they come around the final corner. Can Rickers improve? He does improve, but he doesn't improve his final position. Well, I don't think he has anyway. Taylor Simmons now, he's on for an improvement as well, although the delta is down. Gets out of the final corner nice and clean. don't think he's on for a 28, and yeah, 28-1. He will not improve either. I'm not seeing anyone else really improving. We'll check on Christopher Razor. And then we'll check on Kernan as well. Well, actually, Kernan out. So, Razor, the last one on track. As he hums around the final corner, can he improve? Can he improve his final position? He does do a personal best, so we'll see where that ends up, because that tower does not stay accurate as people leave the server. So let's go through the final standings for qualifying. Chris Munro and Dravelmere will start off the front row together. Less than a tenth between those guys. Geez, it doesn't get much closer than that, but realistically with the GT Club, that is about the average, really, between first and second in qualifying. Row 2, we have Edward Wanders and Matt Double. Edward Wanders making his first appearance in the Indycar Series. Great to see him jump out of chat and into the car tonight. Row 3 is Lachlan Grant and Joshua Hill. Great to see Joshua Hill out there having a good run so far. He was as high as third earlier in the session, but then just sort of fell by the wayside as the session went on. But less than half a second off Chris Munro. You've got to be happy when you're within half a second of Chris Munro or any of the aliens, I reckon. Row 4, we have Harley Marshall and Christopher Razor. Keep an eye on those two gentlemen. They are quick, and they are very good in the race as well. Aidan Kernan and Ash Flash round out the top 10. Keep an eye on Ash Flash as well. Lots of drivers really to keep an eye on in this race. Ash Flash, not really, I don't think he's a great qualifier, but come racing, he does tend to put it together and do a great job. Over the page, we have got Lars Braun and Owen Page on row number 6. We have someone doing burnouts there. I believe that might be Taylor Simmons. It probably is Taylor Simmons. He is known to be doing burnouts in pit lane, naughty boy. Josh Rickers and Taylor Simmons round out the field. As you can see, there's a lot of drivers signed up for this series. Unfortunately, not a lot of them made it tonight, but nonetheless, that is how it is. And we will jump out of the server. If you are just joining in right now, you are watching the GT Club IndyCar Series, and if you're keen to get involved with the GT Club IndyCar Series, you can join the Discord there. And it is probably a great idea for you to join the GT Club Discord, because coming up after the IndyCar Series, it is this right here, GT4. It is coming back. Very excited for this series to come back. It was a very popular racing series when GT Club did it last year. Produced really close racing. They've got a huge variety of cars. I can see the Mustang, the Camaro, the Mercedes, Toyota Supra is in there. The Sinar 1, KTM Crossbow. Hopefully they fix the KTM Crossbow, because I love the KTM Crossbow. It may not be the best GT4 car, but I love it. I love it nonetheless. It is so cool. And the GTX as well. I don't know. That cockpit is awesome. Taylor Simmons, yeah, this is hard, mate. They're Indy cars, man. They're Indy cars. Just drive them like a V8 supercar. Well, maybe not drive them like a V8 supercar. Drive them like, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that one. We've got a bit of a break before we go back to Shakedown Sim Racing, ACC. We're not coming live with them until the 19th of July, and that is at Kyalami. It has been great racing with Shakedown Sim Racing this season. Donington Park was a belter. Ulton Park was a belter. Zandvoort was a belter. Imola was a belter. Honestly, just tune in. You'll see for yourself. You'll see for yourself. Promise. Won't let you down. Promise not to let you down. Otherwise, we are waiting for the return of AK Racing V8 Supercar Series on Sunday nights. They have got a new season coming up. I think on Sunday night they do have the Rotary Cup. So we're deciding whether I'm actually thinking about racing that myself, but we'll see. We'll see. If I can stream it, I will. And then, of course, we also will be broadcasting the Aussie Motorsport League Stadium Truck Series as well. The next one will be at Barbagallo. So big improvements to the stadium trucks as well. So yeah, got a lot going up on this channel. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't hit the follow button, you should. Because I can promise you, if you hit the follow button, you will get 100% more burb in your life. See, that's how I get the followers. That's how I've got 455 followers. I've got a bird. I blackmail everyone with a bird. Emotional blackmail. Try and convince you to follow by using cuteness. Anyway, our race server is up. Should we do a prediction? I think we will do a prediction. Oh, God. Okay, are we going to have a clean start? So for those of you new to the channel, we do these prediction things. We bet your channel points, get some channel points back, and then you can redeem those for little things like focusing on your favourite driver for a couple of minutes. There we go. Oh, nice one, Ronald. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I can't. Damn it, I wasn't supposed to do that. One job, and I messed up. Give me it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. I love the drone cam. I love the drone cam. Anyway, we're about to get started with this race. So for those of you just joining in and this is your first time with the Indycar series, it is a rolling start. So hopefully everyone is going to be nice and patient on the start. We've had a few drivers cop a couple of drive-throughs throughout the season because they just couldn't wait. There we go. We are away and rolling, and I'm going to quickly just head back to pit lane, and there we go. So the field moves off for their roll-up lap. And Chris Munro is the lead car. So the clock is ticking down. And these guys will get a they'll get a countdown when they round the final corner. When that countdown finishes, they go racing. So it's not going to be, it shouldn't be too much carnage going into turn one. But I'm sure if you've taken part in the prediction, no one has. Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right, I've got another poll for you guys to let me know what you think. So, sort of put this idea out there a little bit earlier in the stream that I stream other content on the nights that we don't have, well, the regular nights that we stream leagues, when they have a night off, just to keep some content happening. Should I do some like playthroughs of other games? So I sort of talked about it. I'm sort of keen to. I've been right into Ride 4 lately. It's quite fun. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in seeing me play games on this channel. Or if you just think I should just stick to broadcasting. Oh, 100% already going for yes. Hell yeah. I like you guys. Right, anyway. We're getting set for a start. Chris Munro, the leader, as they head around the final corner. Let's just get our drone camera into position so we can watch the field. Whoa, there we go. We are away and racing, I think. Oh no, Chris Munro has jumped the start big time. He's sort of jumped away at the first beep. You're not supposed to. As we head through turn number one, looks like it's fairly clean. We've got one car a little bit sideways. That's Rickers, as he manages to gather it up. Chris Munro, I think he's misread that. He's got a big gap already. Warden is on the push to pass and Dravomir on the push to pass. They're side by side. Have a look at the chaos going on down here. Christopher Razor, they're going to go 3 wide down the back straight. Marshall right in the middle of a Hill and Razor sandwich, but Razor will... oh, we got a car off into the fence. That is Lars Braun. Oh, that was a huge crash. He got a little bit of a tap there, and he just got absolutely sent. Looks like he can keep going. Luckily, there will be a pit stop, so he shouldn't lose too much time getting that repaired. But boy, that was a big accident. I don't know who was involved with it. He was down there with Flash, Simmons, and Keranen, so maybe those guys were involved. In fact, oh, Lars, I think he has got a heap of damage on that car. He can't get the car rotated nicely. Meanwhile, back at the front, Dravomir now retakes second place from Wanders, and Wanders will now have Matt Double all over the back of him. We're right on board with Matt Double now as he chases Edward Wanders down the front straight. We can see a few drivers already deploying push to pass. Harley Marshall on the push to pass down the front straight. He looks up the inside of Christopher Razor. That was a huge move. He got it done. Oh, we got a car around. That's Wanders. And, oh, that was... oh, can everyone get around him? Yes, Wanders must have his eyes closed right now. He'll get the car flicked around. Oh, no, he won't. He's a bit of an awkward position there, but he does get it rotated. And back he goes. That was a huge moment for... Razor and Grant. Actually, I think it was Harley Marshall and Razor that went sort of threaded the needle around Wanders. And thankfully, everyone got around Wanders cleanly. Anyway, back onto it. Josh Hill, he's fallen off the track somewhere. He's down in 11th place. He goes around Taylor Simmons through the toe of the boot. Oh! Just keeps control of the car. That might give Taylor Simmons a chance to go up the inside, heading through the heel. And Simmons just backs out of it. Oh, Hill runs wide as they head up back towards the main circuit. And... oh, we got cars around everywhere. The two... oh, no, that is... this it was supposed to be a PG stream, but unfortunately we have just brought 2 cars making a baby car. That's how they're made. Not made in factories, they're made on the racetrack. But yeah, who was that? That was Owen Page, and I want to say it was Aidan Kiernan in the other Arrow McLaren number 7, I want to say. Jeez, what a moment. Anyway, we've got a battle here. Harley Marshall and Christopher Razor, they're still battling away. This is helping Lachlan Grant up ahead. Oh, little tap. That was tight between those 2 guys. These 2 guys really need to start thinking about working together and start trying to close the gap on Razor and Grant. Sorry, my mistake. Grant and Double. Dravomir is just starting to skip away from Matt Double too. And he's actually getting the gap down. Oh, Marshall around now. The heel strikes again. That cambered corner, very easy to just lose control of the car, especially when you get on the throttle. It's that uneven surface sort of thing. You need to have maximum patience in these cars when you're coming out of those slow corners that require the whole rotation of the car. Ooh, that's a big moment there for... I'm going to say that was Rickers. His fastest lap of the race now for Dravomir, 26.119. So he is closing in. In fact, he is pretty well on the back of Chris Munro. We'll ride on board with Dravomir as we head up the hill and down the back straight. As Munro now is starting to come under a bit of pressure. You can see that Dravomir has been closing the gap very gradually, I would say. You see Munro on the push to pass down the back straight. A little bit of a slide there for Drav. He just catches it though. Well, he caught it quite deftly actually. Just casual as you like. Just open up the steering. Just save the car. just to chase Munro through the heel of the boot. Should we just call it boot heel? I'm just going to call it boot heel. Just trying to see where Dravelmere is stronger than Munro, because Munro has pulled out nearly a second this lap. Maybe Munro just playing a little bit of strategy here. Oh, actually, Dravelmere just lost time, so that could be part of the issue. And that might bring Matt Double into the battle as well. We can just see him lurking at the bottom of the screen in the mirrors of the car. So Matt Double sitting in third place. He's just holding watching station on these top two. And he'll be pushing as hard as he can to get right onto the back of these guys. He's also dragging Lachlan Grant just behind him in the 45 entry. So we're just about to tick over 9 minutes completed in this race. We've got a decent battle here. Rickers and Keranen. So Rickers on the push to pass as they head into the carousel. So Rickers slowing down a little bit. Oh, there's a car around. That's Harley Marshall. So Harley Marshall, the driver I was sort of saying, keep an eye on him. I've absolutely cursed him. Now he slides back into this battle with Rickers and Keranen. So Marshall is going to lose a position to Rickers. He'll have the inside line. He actually just tucks back into the slipstream, pulls out for the heel. And well, Rickers just wants this position a little bit more. He's going to hang on to... Oh, and there we go. Rickers around. He finds the fence. And that allows Marshall to head back into 8th place. We see one driver in pit lane already. That's Christopher Razor. So some strategy already playing out as we speak. Razor going for an early stop. He's stationary for a while. There we go. So he gets back onto it. Don't know if he'll be on cold tyres. Don't know if there are tyre blankets in this series. I'll have to double check that once we get to the end of the race. Now Simmons is all over the back of Razor as they head onto the front straight. Taylor Simmons with already warm tyres. And already on the limiter halfway down the straight. And he's going to go the long way around the carousel. Can't quite make the Trailer Park Girls strategy work as they head into the boot. Oh! Simmons, a big tap there. It has turned Razor around as well. That's good news for Wanders, though. He picks up a free position. He may pick up a second free position as he closes in on the back of Razor. It's a common reference I make. There's Wanders now. Nice and easy on the throttle. Gap out in front between Dravelmere and Munro. We'll swap over to the lead duo. They've sort of just started to put a bit of distance between themselves and Double. Interesting to watch these guys. Neither of them using their push to passes at the moment. Both these drivers probably just saving them up. Dravelmere, pretty wily driver. Oh, Munro in very deep as they rejoin the main circuit. That allows Drav to get a little bit closer. So head out onto the main straight. Dravelmere within 0.7 of a second now. He's actually got slipstream on Chris Munro. Now the hard part for Dravelmere will be trying to keep that discipline. There's now Munro and Dravelmere both on push to pass. Matt Double also using his push to pass, although he's 3.2 seconds behind. Harley Marshall is also on the back of Keranen. Now through the carousel. Dravelmere not able to make much of an impression down the back straight. But Harley Marshall has managed to make an impression on Aidan Keranen. And in fact, Kerenen's must have made a mistake at turn 1. He's very slow rejoining. And now he resumes his battle with Joshua Rickers. So Rickers now, he makes a move past Kerenen as they make their way onto the back straight. Sparks flying from the back of Kerenen's car. In fact, we got sparks flying all the way down this back straight. Beautiful to see. As Keranen decides to just back out of it and just slide on in behind Rickers as they make their way into the Watkins Glen boot. Specky K, what's the push to pass recharge like on these? Not sure. I still haven't driven them. I just know watching them, they are very, very difficult to drive. Now Munro has actually responded to Dravelmere. He's done 26.3. He's got that gap out to 9/10 of a second as Dravelmere on the push to pass. We're still focusing on this battle for 8th place. Ooh, Keranen. Big twitch of the car as he exited that left-hander. Unfortunately, we have got a DNF in Lars Braun. Unfortunately, Lars Braun, we saw him get sent at the carousel. Now Keranen, he's got the slipstream. Will he use push to pass? I don't think he needs it. Just a little bit of slipstream. That's all you need. Just a casual pass down the back straight into the carousel, and Aidan Keranen will retake 8th place. Also got a decent battle going on here. Edward Wanders and Christopher Razor. These guys are swapping position as they head down the back straight into the carousel. Christopher Razor just already done a pit stop, so he's on fresh tyres. So I'm a little bit surprised that he hasn't really made any forward progress yet. Oh, Josh Hill's around. He's got to be careful with the rejoin, and he gets it done quite nicely, actually. But, he's lost a fair bit of time there. And, well, look at this. Ash Flash up into the top 5. Told you to keep an eye on this guy. He's quick. Not a great qualifier, but, geez, he can race. Oh, Josh Hill has got a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane as he makes his pit stop. Of course, it's not a mandatory pit stop, I should point out. It's just, unfortunately, these tyres are not lasting the distance. I mean, it's easy to see why. Such long, sustained, hard cornering. As Dravelmere detailed in his little race notes. The carousel here. Absolute punishing to tyres. If you're a tyre, you're hating life at that particular point of the circuit. But then, even these downhill corners going into the boot, they are high load on the tyre, high stress. And then even on the way up as we head through the toe. Again, a lot of stress, a lot of camber, a lot of banking. Just murders these tyres. Of course, Watkins Glen, I mean, such a fast circuit. Bit of a stop-start sort of circuit in a way. But it can be rather hard on the tyres as well. Dravelmere into pit lane as well. That elevates Double and Grant onto the podium. Should elevate Ash Flash onto up to 4th place, I should say. Begging your pardon. Just behind Flash, I think that is Taylor Simmons. So Taylor Simmons had lapped down, unfortunately. He's just having a bit of a character building night tonight, and he does bin it. Almost. That's a half bin. Keeps it going, though. So Just trying to keep an eye on some battles. We might have a look at some progress for our drivers. So Ash Flash and Josh Rickers, really the standout performers of this race so far. Both of them up 6 places. Wanders and Hill having a bit of a struggle. Both losing 5 positions. But the driver best positioned at the moment is Christopher Razor, sitting there in 10th place. Of course, it is a reverse grid top 10 for race number 2 tonight. And Chris Razor sitting in 10th place. He'll be sitting in the box seat for race number 2 if he can keep it there. Of course, he's closing in on Wanders. In fact, Matt Double has had a bin at turn 1. So he surrenders 2nd place to Lachlan Grant. Grant's having a good run as well. He didn't have the best of qualifying sessions, but now finds himself in 2nd place. Some 10 seconds, nearly 11 seconds down on Chris Munro. As Munro just continues to expand that lead. Specky K can use push to pass anywhere on track. God, what was I about to say? Push to pass. Jeez. It's been a long day, guys. Very long day. Yes, you can use push to pass anywhere on the circuit. Don't really understand how push to pass works. I'm going to just double check. So let's get some information. Let's see. Indycar push to pass system. So it is a turbocharged boost pressure. Turn push to pass. Okay, we'll increase the boost from 160 kilopascals to 165 kilopascals, which is a gain of 20 horsepower. And that's from 2016, by the way. Okay, here we go. Doesn't really tell me how it actually increases the horsepower. Yeah, I haven't really got any more information about the... yeah, magic. Wizard did it. Wizard did it. So now we're starting to see some more drivers into pit lane. Kernan and Double into pit lane. And Double out of pit lane. He rejoins in 6th place. Christopher Razor now doing his personal best as he tries to chase down Wanders just in front of him. And these guys are both closing in on Rickers as well as they head up the hill. Just behind Taylor Simmons at the moment. Head down the back straight. He's not really making any impression on Wanders, but Wanders just starting to get a little bit held up here by Simmons. This might provide an opportunity for Razor to get back onto terms with him. In fact, he's already closed in a 10th as they head through the toe of the boot. Wanders trying his best to get around Simmons. Simmons is not really making it easy. Blue flags should be getting shown to Simmons. In fact, Simmons does get out of the way now. And, well, I shouldn't say get out of the way. He does allow our drivers, Razor and Wanders, to get on with it. These guys are engaged in a pretty close battle. But they're also closing in on Joshua Rickers here in the number 48. So maybe in Razor's best interest to just sit behind Wanders and just allow Wanders to just tow him up the straight onto the back of Rickers. And I think I just saw Matt Double's name flash red. It certainly did. The Gazoo Racing Toyota has binned it again. Turn 1 proving to be a bit of a bogey corner for a few of our drivers tonight. It's easy to see. We'll have a look at the profile of that corner right about now. So let me just get my drone camera here. We'll go flying down the front straight. We're going to go flying past whoever that is. Can't beat drone magic. So the reason why we're seeing a few drivers losing control here is just this gradient change and the change in the angle of the surface. of the circuit, sorry. So it dips down. It's got a bit of a bank as well, but then it lifts up again. And that can really affect how the rear of the car sits on the circuit. And then, of course, you got this bit of a cursed exit curb as well. Like it looks deceivingly flat, but as you can see, it's got a bit of a ridge to it. And that can really destabilize the car. Yeah, good point as well. Got this double-stepped inside curb here on the right on the apex. So turn one, it's catching out a few drivers tonight. But yeah, I would say it's mostly the exits that are really catching out our drivers. We'll see if we can get someone to bin it in front of us. Looks like everyone's starting to get to grips with it now. So we'll rejoin this race here. Wander's now onto the back of Rickers. Right on board now with Edward Wanders. Look at this, he's got slipstream, he's got push to pass. He makes that move look very, very easy. Yeah, that's as easy as you can really get it, really. Yeah, good point there, Ronald. Downhill, off camber, the braking zone there. Absolute bit of a mongrel corner, really, isn't it? But when you get it right, it's awesome. Like any other difficult corner. It's horrible until you get it right. And that's the greatest corner on the planet. Speaking of which, those of you in chat, let me know what's your favourite corner that's a bit like that. That corner that's horrible when you get it wrong, but it feels amazing when you get it right. So we're following Razor. He's just got around Rickers as well. Rickers hasn't made a pit stop yet, so those tyres will be well and truly worn. In fact, some drivers trying to go the whole distance. Grant's gone the entire distance on one set of tyres. Munro's also gone the entire distance. We're into the last 5 minutes of this race, so whatever Munro and Grant have done, it's worked out pretty well. I mean, Dravelmere is closing in quite considerably on the back of Grant. So the long strategy seems to be working pretty well for Munro and Grant. Ash Flash also hasn't made a pit stop. And he's doing really well. You can just hear the engine sort of at a lower RPM. So he's using the lower RPMs to help manage those rear tyres and manage the spins. In fact, for the entire race, I haven't really seen any red flash up with Ash's name on our timing tower. So he's so far on for a really top result. We've seen, of course, earlier in the season that he's quite capable of leading races and making that car wide. But yeah, 4th place. He'll be happy with this if he can keep it together. Flow at Virginia Raceway, going up the hill through the S's, then down the fast left is satisfying. Virginia Raceway. Trying to think of that one. Virginia Raceway. Not quite 100% familiar with that one. I am from Australia, so we don't have much familiarity with American race circuits. For me, that sort of corner that is horrible when you get it wrong, but awesome when you get it right. I have to go to. Oh, geez, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because so I've got two in mind at 2 different circuits. So maybe the Speed Bowl at Newcastle Kart Club. That's an awesome corner. It's a blind entry into it, like a fast right-hander downhill. Then it goes left straight away, and then followed by 2 more left-hand corners that take you up the hill. And it's so fast, so horrible when you get it wrong, but when you get it right, oh, it feels awesome. And then the other corner has to be Grandstand at Eastern Creek Kart Circuit. Fast downhill, left, right. Awesome place to make a pass. Awesome place to race. We have a change for the lead. Dravelmere, he comes out of the pit lane. Chris Munro tried to do the who was it? Albon strategy. Hasn't really worked for him. He's into second, but he is on fresh tyres. And he's less than a second behind Dravelmere, and he has 6 more push to passes left. Now they're heading down the back straight. We can I think we can safely ignore the car sitting right behind Chris Munro. That'll be Josh Hill in the number 30. So it is on for the last 2 minutes of this race. Chris Munro chasing down Dravelmere. We're going to ride on board with Chris Munro. So they head up the toe. So Munro with much fresher tyres. Dravelmere came in with 20 minutes left in the race. Has Munro left it a little bit too late? That is the problem with late pits. Like, yes, you have that new tyre advantage, but you haven't got a lot of time to take advantage of it. So the pressure will be on Chris Munro. I think Dravelmere will be quite comfortable with his track position at the moment. He's got nearly a second. He does actually have a second over Munro. So they head down the front straight. They will have one more lap after this. Munro is on a bit of a charge. Gets a great exit out of turn 1, but he's just a little bit out of that slipstream range. He's got pushed to pass now. That time is starting to come down the gap. Now under 0.8 of a second as they fly down the back straight. Now into the boot. Dravelmere putting the car in all the right places. He'll be doing his best to ignore the mirrors in the number 22. The 185 getting closer and closer. He's right on him now as they head into the hill. Munro shows the nose. Not quite close enough. Dravelmere very good on the brakes. Was up to Suzity. Back onto the main straight. Oh, Munro almost binned it. He just saved it. That's given a little bit of a reprieve there for Dravelmere as they come onto the final corner to start the final lap. Dravelmere versus Munro. We've said this several times over the years. It's all to do for Chris Munro. He's got 5 push to passes. He's well in range. There he goes. Push to pass. Can Dravelmere defend? I don't think he can. The gap is starting to come down. Dravelmere has no push to passes left. But he's got enough of a gap. Even with the slipstream, push to pass did not really help Munro as they head through the carousel. Now they're nose to tail. That's Owen Page pulling off to the side of the circuit there. That allows Josh Hill to go past. I think Owen Page has made a mistake there. Unless he's had a hardware issue. Because that allows Josh Hill to get into first for race 2. Oh, they're going defensive. Into the hill. Munro puts it up the inside. Oh, they must have been so close to touching. Oh, Dravelmere gets a little bit sideways. Back onto the main straight. Hill's binned it. But I think Dravelmere's done enough. Brilliant last lap for Dravelmere as he takes the first win of the night just ahead of Chris Munro. That was tight. Can't tell me that Indycars hasn't been a tight affair all season long. Lachlan Grant, he'll come home in third if he doesn't bin it. And he has actually done it. So, Lachlan Grant home in third. I want to guess that Owen Page ran out of fuel. Matt Double home in fourth place. Chris Razor will come home for fifth. And Harley Marshall, well, he manages to regain sixth. Still saved a lot of push to passes as well. He's still got 4 left. And just behind Ash Flash will come home in 7th place. Great performance for Ash Flash again. And then Kerrinan home in 8th place. I think that's a season best for Aidan Kerrinan. Great improvements all round for Aiden. And Josh Rickers, also great improvements for him. He will come home in 9th place. Josh Hill running out the top 10. Technically a DNF, but we'll keep that to ourselves. In fact, Josh Rickers, fastest lap of the race for him on the last lap of 27.503. Got to be happy with that. Right. I get to rest my voice for a little bit. Boy, that was a wild end to that race. Susie, heard you commentating for the endurance. Yeah, with Octane. Yes, I do commentary with Octane for their endurance series. Tossing up whether I want to do endurance commentating for their sprint series as well, but running out of time. Running out of time. But, yeah. Kept talking about you. Don't know. Trying to think of the name. I don't ever remember when I commentate. Can't remember every single up the hill and the bends. The hill and the bends. Oh right, yes, yeah, the Bentley. Yeah, that Bentley was quick. It was quick, Les. But don't worry, mate. Got a second bite of the apple here. Get ready for race number 2. Another 30-minute affair with a reverse grid top 10. So, Edward, you should have kept on racing. You would have gotten a good position for race 2. Rain Ronald, yes, you can shoot me a message. I'm sure we can talk about it. A second, let me try and send you a message. How am I supposed to message you? Let me see if I can. Ah, here we go. I'll just shoot you my email. Or not. Come on, keyboard, work with me. Stupid wireless keyboards. There you go. There's my email, Ronald. Shoot me an email. We can probably work something out. Yeah, seriously, mate. Huge pity with the server. God, I honestly feel for Mulls. Puts in so much effort, and then unfortunately you got jerks out there that want to ruin it for everyone. Once again, I do hope that those people wake up and find that they are adopted on their birthday. Like, just no chill with those guys. I hate them. And we are just waiting for the race server to flick up. And we will be live for race 2 here on Twitch. So unfortunately, I don't really have anything entertaining for you. Actually, I do have something entertaining. If you're just joining the stream, what you want to do is you will want to join up with GT Club because this is on. And there is a link to their Discord. Join up. Be a part of this. Last time they ran GT4, it was outstanding racing. So yeah, get involved in this. Honestly, I want to see a couple more Mustangs, a couple more Camaros. Get the KTM out there. Up the KTM. Love the KTM. Yeah, otherwise, that's about it. What I can do, I suppose, while I'm waiting for the server to tick over, or to come up, I should say. I should give you guys a little bit of burb cam, really. There we go. See? We have a bird. He's trying to sleep. He's not happy with me. Ooh, the BMW, Ronald. BMW's quite good, I've heard. He's happy. He's sort of happy. He's sort of unhappy, but happy at the same time. He's camera shy. Magnificent. Magnificent animal. I have not had enough coffee, honestly. And that's too low. Professional strimmer, everyone. Oh, God. I wish I was a professional strimmer, but I'm not. There we go. We have got a race server up now. Well, they don't run GT4 a lot in ACC. I wish they would. ACC is really, really fun, and the GT4s are so much fun as well. I wish they would. I wish leagues would run more GT4. What wheel pedals do I use? Let me show you my rig. It's sitting right behind me. So that is my beast right there. Just a Fanatec CSL on a next level. Was it FGT light or something? But yeah, nothing. I've got a collection of steering wheels right around the corner there as well. Oh, a lot of steering wheels. Oh, Watkins, 10 hours of oh god, 10 hours. 10-hour stream with Octane. Hell yeah, sign me up. Only if Just Curses is on there as well. We got to team up and curse everyone. All right, we are set for a start to the roll-up lap. Roll-up lap. Let me give you a full view of the track as the field heads off for their formation lap. Thank you, Ronald. So, oh god. Come on, give me, there we go. So Josh Hill is your pole sitter, ahead of Josh Rickers, Aidan Kiernan, Ash Flash, Harley Marshall, Christopher Razor, Matt Double, Lachlan Grant, Chris Munro, and Dravelmere. Well, yep, that's right. Then we have Taylor Simmons, Edward Wanders, Owen Page, and Lars Braun. Hopefully Braun has a bit of a better run. He doesn't get sent backwards into the fence here at the carousel. That was an awful, awful incident. We'll have to try and find what happened on the replay there for Lars. But let's see, who am I picking to get through the field? And Josh Hill's not hanging around. He wants to get on with this race. He's actually got a pretty high pace at the moment. He's still trying to get some temperature in those tyres. That reminds me, actually. Have we... Yes, they do have tyre blankets. Never mind. Of course, he's still got to keep the tyre temperature in. So, you know. So, as Josh Hill rounds the heel of the boot, it's been a very, very fast formation lap. Hopefully everyone's a little bit more familiar with the start procedure, as we should start to see everyone forming up. Dravelmere will be on the comms saying, "Come on, form up! Come on, everyone, close up the gaps, close up the gaps." Lars Braun a little bit far down. He's closing up. Field's starting to close up now. We're going to quickly fly back up to here. Hopefully I won't jump this time when the boop comes up. There we go. We are set for a start. And we are away and racing. Looks like a fairly even start at the front of the field. They're already fanning out to 4 wide at the back of the field. Can we get through turn 1 nice and clean? No, we can't. That's a bit of a boop. That is Lars Braun into the back of Dravelmere. So our race 1 winner, he's been cleaned up by Lars, unfortunately. I want to say that there was a bit of brake locking there for Lars. He certainly would have tried to get out of it. But, well, oh, look at this chaos coming up here. We're going 4 wide as I head down the back straight. Oh, we got cars into the fence in the background there. Oh, no! That's Razor! Razor and Double. Oh, it's all carnage! It's all kicked off here at the carousel, and Razor with a lot of steering damage. Munro was involved in that, so was Lachlan Grant. Ash Flash is involved in it. Owen Page is still around down the back straight. Oh no. Absolute chaos, but it is Josh Rickers who leads the way. Ahead of Josh Hill and Aidan Kerrinan. Harley Marshall in with a great chance to pick up some points here. Oh, you could see it happening a mile away. Oh, someone's around. That's Rickers. He's into the fence. Josh Hill now. He regains the lead. It's not Matt Double who leads. Matt Double is way down. Way down. There he goes. Now he's going to drop down. But Josh Hill, a great chance for him to try and get away. Aidan Kerrinan and Harley Marshall just behind in second and third respectively. There's a bit of a gap between them and Josh Rickers. Taylor Simmons having a great run. He started way outside of the top 10. He now finds himself in 5th place just ahead of Munro. Munro will be wanting to get around as quickly as possible as they both get around Rickers. I think Rickers may be sporting a little bit of damage as they head down the back straight. Both, well, just Munro on the push to pass. And Munro made that look a little bit easy. So head into the boot now. Double and Razor now into pit lane. Ah, geez, those guys, they'll be a bit gutted by all that. Lachlan Grant now is all over the back of Rickers. Oh, one car way wide. That's Taylor Simmons. Back to this battle between Rickers and Grant. Grant has the inside line coming into the heel. And I think Grant should be able to make this one stick nicely as Rickers gave plenty of room there. It was actually almost on the grass, really. Can I get a helicopter cam? Yes, we can, maybe. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I'm going to check in with our lead group. Man, I should have used this camera for the start. Bugger. Oh, well. Right, Dravelmere fast lap of the race, 26.628. So Dravelmere trying to make up for lost time after that turn 1 boop from Lars Braun. Braun actually sitting in 11th place, coincidentally. Owen Page, unfortunately, has DNF'd. Huge shame for Owen. It was a tough night already, and it just seemed to get worse for the poor lad. Head into the heel, the toe of the boot, I should say. Harley Marshall sitting in 2nd place. He's on the back of Josh Hill, as that is Christopher Razor moving off to the side there, going a lap down. We're going to have to break down that lap 1 incident at the carousel. That was absolute carnage. Break that down into multiple levels of slow motion. It's now up the inside into the heel goes Dravelmere. In fact, he picks up 2 positions because that's Taylor Simmons off the track there. Edward Warner's now. Wanders. God almighty. I'll get my pronunciation right eventually. Oh, Simmons around. He finds the fence. Thankfully, it is Sim Racing World. That car is still good. It's still good. It's just a little bent. It's still good. It's still good. In fact, he's in a really awkward place. I hope he's on the comms warning anyone. Oh, he's still just struggling a little bit. And he will get that car back on track. Oh, Hill and Marshall with the trailer park girl strategy. That works. That works, but Hill will try and fire straight back as they head into the boot to tick off another lap. What lap are we on? Lap 4. So they've got a bit of a handy gap between themselves and Kerrinan in 3rd place. Kerrinan, he's got serious problems coming up behind him in the form of a 185 Brawn GP Indycar in the hands of Chris Munro. Darkly 8, rip. Yep, not wrong there. Certainly a lot of rip in the last 8 minutes. Tell you what, Lachlan Grant not too far behind these guys either. He's just coming into shot there. 2.6 seconds behind Munro. As Harley Marshall sets up fastest lap, 26.699. So Kerrinan. He's got some pressure coming in the form of Chris Munro. Munro not using push to pass, but he has got some pace in a straight line. Does the 185, and he pulls out of the draft into the carousel, and he gets that move done nice and clean. And Kerrinan slips back into 4th place. Now Munro will set off in hot pursuit of Josh Hill. Tell you what, even though Harley Marshall made the move on Josh Hill, he hasn't really gotten away from Hill. Hill is right, he's sticking right to him like glue. Gap hasn't really gone a little bit any further than 7/10 as they head out of the heel and onto the main circuit again. Now through the final 2 corners, Harley Marshall leads the way ahead of Josh Hill. Dravelmere and Josh Ricker's also in a bit of a battle. In fact, Dravelmere's just made the move stick quite convincing. Oh, Ash Flash is out. Oh, no. My man. My dark horse, he's gone. He has gone dark. Alright, anyway, Harley Marshall on push to pass. He's trying to stretch that gap out now. You can see that Munro is closing in. Munro already got the gap down to just under 2 seconds. So head down the back straight for the 6th time of asking. Taylor Simmons now into pit lane. So, oh no, Hill has binned it. Josh Hill on the throttle. He has lost control and he drops down to 4th place. This elevates Munro and Kerrinan. Kerrinan back onto the podium now. Now for Hill, he's just got to refocus, resettle, let the tyres cool down. Very easy to cook the tyres with the wheel spin. Right on board with Munro now. 3.2 seconds the gap between himself and Harley Marshall. And it is not going to be an easy task for Munro to close in on Marshall. Marshall very competitive in these cars. He's a bit of a speedy boy, is Marshall. As Kerrinan now sets his first purple lap. Well, his new purple lap at 27.3. Just a 10th shy of the man he's chasing. I'm not going to speak too soon about Aiden. I'm scared of commentators cursing this guy. For those of you new to the channel, I have probably got the most potent commentator's curse in the history of commentator's curses. So I always try to be a little bit cautious with it. Not too cautious, but cautious enough. So we have a battle here for 7th place. We have Wanders in the number 13. Which I'm pretty sure I saw a number 4 on that car. Yep, number 4. Never mind. Ignore that little number plate down there. It's not 13. It's 4. They head into the boot for another lap. Wanders all over the back of Rickers now. Oh, Wanders leaving nothing for the imagination on the exit of the toe there. He's going to try for the dive bomb into the heel, and Rickers runs in very, very deep. This might give Wanders a chance. He's going to force Wanders to go tight onto the main circuit. Watch him go for the switchback. He tries to set up, can't quite get it done. So Wanders moving around to the mirrors, trying to put as much pressure as humanly possible on Rickers. Hill into pit lane. This will elevate Rickers and Wanders. Wanders now into the slipstream. Pulls out. He shows the nose, but he tucks back in. It is working on Rickers. Rickers missing the apex by a long, long margin. Oh, Wanders, a little bit of a moment there coming out of turn one. And now Wanders on push to pass. There's a little tap there. Oh, that looked a little bit like netcode, I would say. Wanders still got push to pass active. He kept the boot into it. He's looking around the outside, trying to get the move done in going through carousel. Looks left and right. He's moving around, really trying to put the pressure on Rickers. This sort of movement, even though it looks a little bit random and probably unnecessary, it's just going to pop up in the mirrors. And look at the drive that Wanders gets up towards the heel, and I think he'll have the move done this time. As he gets hard on the brakes there. Oh, Rickers wants to argue the point. He tries to go around the outside. He may try and fire back, but no, he can't. Wanders finally gets his man. So Edward Wanders up into 6th place. Great little exchange there between Rickers and Wanders. It's only that slight little touch at turn 3, but it happens. Netcode happens. Let's have a look at our progress. So Wanders and Munro, the men on the move, both up 8 positions from their starting point. Josh Hill has lost 7 positions, unfortunately, for Hilly, but he's also made a pit stop. So we'll have to wait for the end of the race to see where he pops out. But oh, we've got a slight battle. No, we don't. Thought we had a battle. Saw names moving left and right. Now Keranen still holding on to 3rd place. This would be a great performance for Aiden if he can pull it off. Has to be said, great improvement here for Aiden Keranen in the number 7 Arrow McLaren entry. Certainly come a long way. Starting to get a little bit more consistent, starting to get a little bit more confident in the cars. Unfortunately, we are coming up to the end of the season. It seems to be a bit of a case for a few drivers with these fixed setup series. Just as they start getting used to the cars and used to how they handle, well, the series is over. Time to move on to something new. Well, that's a bit wide there for Aiden. Dravelmere drive through for speeding in pit lane. So Dravelmere, he was going well. He's going to have to make another tour through pit lane. What do we always say on this channel? Practice your pit entries, guys. Practice your pit entries. Edward Wanders. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, you're joking. Edward Wanders. He has copped a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane. Practice your pit entries. For the love of little green apples, practice those pit entries. It's just as important as getting every apex right on the track. Lose so much time by having to do a double tour through pit lane. And it is an easy pit lane to speed into as well, coming out of the final corner. Fairly well get back onto wide open throttle before you have to get on the brakes. So, yeah. Practice pit stops. They're important, folks. Right, let's catch up with our leader, Harley Marshall. He's slowly had his gap to Munro whittled down. It's just about a second between the two of them. Oh, was that a car spinning? That was Munro who's around. So Chris Munro falls victim to turn number 1. Proof that even the best of us can make mistakes. He is human after all, folks. He is human after all. He'll be a little bit frustrated by that, but Munro is a professional. Very professional sim racer. He'll just get his head down and start chipping away at that gap again. Right, let's see. Anything else happening? Oh, yeah, oh, Kerrinan! Oh, no! What did I say about my commentator's curses? They're potent. Absolutely potent. Right. Be a little bit more sensible then. Anyway. And Kerrinan surrenders third place to Chris Munro, unfortunately. So, Kerrinan, after really, really strong performance in the first half of this race, start to go a little bit wrong for him. Should still be happy with fourth after tonight's performance, and you never know. Grant or Marshall may make a mistake. We're heading into the final 10 minutes of this race. Just a reminder, if you're at home sitting here in chat and you want to get involved with GT Club, do us a huge favour. And jump into the GT Club Discord. There is a link in chat. We'll refocus on our leader, Harley Marshall. It's been a pretty flawless drive for him so far. Zed Wanders finally takes his drive-through penalty that puts him out in 9th place, just a little bit behind Dravelmere. So Dravelmere definitely going from hero to zero. And now Harley Marshall dives into pit lane. So Marshall will surrender the lead to Lachlan Grant, and that's not Chris Munro. That looks like Chris Razor. So Chris Razor, he was involved in a lap 1 accident, if you're wondering why he's so far down the field. As was Matt Double, Lars Braun, Rickers was involved. Pretty well involved the entire field going into the carousel. It was sort of bound to happen. I could see them 3 or 4 wide down this backstrap. We'll go through the replay after this race. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. As Kerrinan takes his, I think Kerrinan also coming out of pit lane. Yep, comes out just in front of Josh Hill, and Kerrinan surrenders the position. Interesting strategy there. We'll see if it pays off for him. He's Dravelmere fast lap race 25.697. I think Drav is a little bit upset. Zach H19, thank you for the follow. Brings us one step closer to that on-stream shoey. Want to know what I'm talking about? If I hit 500 followers, I will do a shoey live on stream. Not gonna lie, a little bit nervous. Well, we've got some action starting to kick off here. Braun starting to close in on Rickers here. I'm not sure if Rickers has come into pit lane, but oh, he's going into pit lane right now. But okay, never mind. Lars Braun, ladies and gentlemen, up to 4th. Great, great performance for Lars so far. He started off the very, very back. He's up 11 positions so far. Not sure if he can try and make these tyres last the entire way. We've seen a few drivers attempt it. Didn't quite work out. Edward Wanders being one of them in race 1. Wanders still making good progress, up 5 positions. But yeah, definitely the man of the moment at the moment is Lars Braun, our resident German. Great to see that GT Club is starting to get some different nationalities racing. Which I think is probably one of the best things about sim racing. You can race anywhere in the world, virtually, against anyone in the world. Even the high ping for Lars is actually not that bad. Not getting any jumping about, so that's always good to see. Right. Let's check in on Matt Double. He was involved in that first lap carnage. He's managed to get back up into 10th place, and he's just a little bit off of Edward Wanders. Of course, Wanders having that drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane. So it might give Double a chance to get up into 9th place. It's been a bit of a nightmare race too for the likes of Double, Razor and Dravelmere, and they're both key protagonists in this IndyCar series as we head into the business end of the league. In fact, Wanders, he's closed right in on the back of Rickers as they head through the final corners. Look out the back of Josh Rickers' Chip Ganassi entry. Now Wanders, he's starting to do his little dance here. Moving left and right. Trying to just get in the mirrors and distract Josh. Now Wanders on push to pass. He'll get that extra 20 horsepower down the back straight. And nothing Rickers can do to defend from that. So Edward Wanders up into 8th place. We'll see if Rickers can go with him. I don't think Rickers has actually come into pit lane yet, so it's potential that Wanders is just on much fresher tyres as they head into the boot. In fact, Wanders not really getting away from Rickers just yet. In fact, Wanders running a little bit wide at the toe. But, I think Rickers just starting to gradually lose a bit of pace. That gap up to 1 car length now. Starting to become 2 rather rapidly. We have less than 5 minutes to go. Could have a battle for the lead of the race heading into the business end of this race. Lachlan Grant coming under a bit of pressure now from Munro. Surely Chris Munro will not want to have a collection of seconds here after he finished second in race number 1 earlier tonight. Just joining us and he missed race 1. Chris Munro unfortunately was unable to, I'll say unfortunately, but it was quite an exciting last lap. He was engaged in a really, really heated battle with Dravelmere. They almost came together several times, but thankfully, as ever with the driving standards in GT Club, they didn't touch, and Dravelmere was able to come out on top. But it's a complete different set of fortunes here. While Chris Munro sitting in second place and chasing down Lachlan Grant as we head into the last 3 minutes of this race. Dravelmere unfortunately was involved in a first corner incident with Lars Braun, and Dravelmere ended up going backwards, having to go through pit lane, and then Dravelmere copped a drive-through for speeding in pit lane, so he's having a bit of a race to forget. But he's still down there in 7th place. That's some handy points for Drav, but it's a bit of a worst-case scenario for him while his one of his main rivals, Chris Munro, sits in second place. As now Grant actually diving into pit lane. So Lachlan Grant. This is a bit of a. I don't think this strategy is going to work out for him. It's just too late in the race. Harley Marshall is flying around the second last corner. This is the problem with the long strategy. While you're on old tyres turning not so great laps, your rivals are out there on fresh tyres turning in great laps, and this is why we get the undercut. As Marshall passes Lachlan Grant, and Grant comes out of pit lane, not really anywhere near Harley Marshall. We have a little battle here, Lars Braun and Josh Hill. Hill some 2 seconds a lap faster than Braun as they head through turn 1. Let's see if Braun can hold off Hill. I don't think he's going to be able to as we head up. Well, actually, Braun on push to pass, doing his best to defend from Hill. He's actually used that to great effect. Picks up nearly a second on Josh Hill down this back straight, so that might give Braun a bit of a breather. In fact, I think Braun will have enough here to hold off Hill. So he's going to lose a lot of time in the twisty section, but he's saved up enough push to passes. I reckon he could defend quite effectively from Hill. He's just got to remain patient, try to ignore the mirrors as best he can, and just stick to hitting his apexes, hitting his marks. Easy thing to say, but it's a totally different thing to actually put into practice as Hill tries to put in a bit of a dive bomb. As Chris Munro now dives into pit lane. We'll see. And in fact, Lars Braun is going to dive into pit lane. With 2 laps left to run, I don't think this is a clever strategy from either Munro, Grant, or Braun. Unless they were all trying to make the no-stopper work. Either way, this does elevate Hill back into 4th place. He's got a bit of a gap to Kerrinan. Although Kerrinan is he's on a bit of a charge here. Late race charge. He's got the gap down to under 2 seconds between himself and Hill. And I can guarantee you that Kerrinan, the Finn, he would prefer to stand in 4th place. We're heading up to the last lap of the race. Well, actually, we'll be starting the last lap next time by Harley Marshall, your race leader. Got a little bit of a gap to Munro. Munro just less than 2 seconds behind. And a little bit further back is Lachlan Grant. Oh, look at Munro pushing as hard as he can, using every inch of the available surface to try and close in on the back of Marshall. 28-1 versus a 39-7. Munro with a cold tyre lap. So final lap starts here. It's an even fight. Munro and Marshall have no push to passes left. It's Grant also on push to pass. But that's not really helping him, unfortunately. Some 3 seconds behind Munro and Marshall. Coming down ever so slightly. Josh Rickers sets his personal best, 27.407. Great progress there for Josh Rickers. So far, it is Harley Marshall. He should be pretty safe here unless he makes an awful mistake. Coming back onto the main circuit, he's still got 0.8 of a second of a gap between himself and Munro. They head back onto the main circuit. No mistake for Marshall. I don't think Munro's got enough in the tank. As Harley Marshall heads around the final corner and makes it another win for Harley Marshall in race number 2. Chris Munro picks up a second for the night. And Lachlan Grant home in 3rd place. That should make up for a bit of a disappointing race number 1. Josh Hill home in 4th place. Congratulations, Josh. That is a brilliant effort for Josh Hill. And Aidan Kerrinan home with a top 5. Well done, Aidan. And then we have swap back to 6th place, Dravelmere. Bit of a damage control race for Dravelmere. And then we're going to also swap back to Lars Braun. This will be a great comeback for Lars Braun after a horrible race one. Starting from the back, he finishes 7th, ahead of Edward Wanders. And Josh Ricker's home in 9th place. He should be pretty happy with that. And then we have Matt Double and Chris Razor. Both drivers caught up in that first lap shenanigans. Oh, thank you, CJ MRL. Thank you for the follow. That's 4:57. So let's wrap up this second race for you tonight, and we'll have a look at some replays. So Harley Marshall, your winner, ahead of Chris Marshall and Lachlan Grant. Joshua Hill and Aidan Kerrinan round out the top 5. Then we go to Dravelmere. Unfortunately, Dravelmere was involved with a bit of an incident with Lars Braun at turn 1, and then also copped a drive-through penalty for speeding in pit lane. So it goes back to what we always say: practice pit entries. I cannot emphasize that enough. Practice your pit entries. You lose so much time having to do another tour of pit lane. Practice pit entries. Lars Braun home in 7th place. Good recovery for him after he binned it at turn 1 and unfortunately took out Dravelmere with him. Then we have Edward Wanders, Josh Rickers, and Matt Double rounding out the top 10. I guess it was a bit of a blessing in disguise for Dravelmere because he may have been involved in that lap 1 incident at Carousel. Chris Razor was also another one involved in the shenanigans at the Carousel. Taylor Simmons, Ash Flash, and Owen Page, all D and Fs in race number 2. So that is that for the racing action. We will quickly bring up some replays and we'll try and work out what on earth happened on lap 1 at the Carousel. I have a feeling it was more of a case of 4 cars trying to go for one bit of tarmac. You'll take points? Yeah, you will. Good work, Edward. Not a bad run. All right, see you later, Ronald. Hope to hear from you. It's late here. Yeah, I'm in New Zealand. Yeah, that's a late night, buddy. It's like what time is it? It's 9:45 over here. Well, at least where I am in Australia. All right, let's try and work out what on earth happened on lap number 1. Let's bring up Stereo Carousel. This looks ominous. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So there's the first tap. So that was. Did I find it? There he is. So this will be. Looks like it's kicking off right here. So we have Matt Double almost on the grass. I think he may have grabbed a bit of grass. Who is that in the number 4? Trying to think. Might be not Grant, not Dravelmere. Owen Page? Nope, Owen Page is. Oh, this is already kicked off here. Between. How's this happened? Oh, has he had? Oh, okay. There's that net code. So we talked about net code. It's a bit of a pain in the bum. I think this might be Ash Flash that we're looking at. Yep. So we're on board with Ash Flash. Now I'm willing to bet there's a bit. Oh yeah, bit of a tap there, bit of net code, and it just kicks off from here. Oh, he just clips Matt Double, and it all just kicks off here. Hang on a second. We got to go to Munro's view for this. Oh, that's not a pretty sight. That's not a pretty sight. All right, so let's see how Munro tries to pick his way through. Oh, look at the airtime for Razor there on the left-hand side. Now, Munro right now, he's trying to look at Flash over here, and then Flash just gets the side pod. Actually, I tell you what, Munro did very well to hang on. We've got cars going everywhere at the moment. Grant was involved in that as well. So we'll go on board with Lachlan Grant here. Go full speed for now. And... Oh... I think I just saw Taylor Simmons. Yeah, Taylor Simmons actually got through all of that unscathed. So hang on. Here we go. We're going to ride on board with Taylor Simmons here. So he's seeing everything happening up ahead. He can see everyone going 4 wide here. 3 wide, 4 wide. He's got the boot into it. There is no way he gets through this as quickly. Oh! That's beautiful. Someone clip. I'm clipping that. That is gorgeous. I'm loving that. That's brilliant. So yeah, that's the shenanigans. I also want to have a look at the incident between Lars Braun and Dravelmir. Jeez, Braun got a great start. He anticipated the start perfectly, but unfortunately, oh yeah, he's just outbraked himself, and he's thrown away a really good start. So anyway, that's the end of that one. I don't think there's really anything more to break down. Let's see. Should really talk about some other things that are coming up. So, as I've detailed a couple of times, after the Indycars, we've got the GT4 Championship coming up with GT Club. That's going to be fun. That is going to be... That is not what I wanted, but that'll be handy. Let's see. Give me a GT Club Discord link. Oh, that is beautiful. Right there. GT Club Discord, there it is. Join in. Get involved with the GT4 Championship. Last time they ran it, it was absolutely top-notch racing. Yeah. Yeah, the GT4 is very close. Very fun cars to drive. I love GT4. And I love GT. Hope someone does it. I hope the GT2 mod comes out really nice as well. Anyway, not sure if we'll be streaming anything from AK Racing this Sunday. It is the Rotary Cup. Not really sure what's going on with that. They haven't really briefed me with that. And anyway, otherwise we'll be back with the AK Racing V8 Supercars very, very soon. We have a bit of a break until then, so we'll probably do some just some filler streams. Right into Ride 4 at the moment, so I might play Ride 4 on Tuesday, or we might do some Wreckfest. Who knows? Either or, it's going to be just a casual stream on Tuesday, just a filler stream. Content. Love the content. But otherwise, the next time we have Shakedown Sim Racing will be on the 19th of July for their ACC GT3 series at Kyalami. Now, we've had some great racing all season long with Shakedown Sim Racing at Imola, Zandvoort, Ulton Park, Donington. Yeah, make sure you get involved, and that is supported by the SimGrid and Coach Dave Academy. So pretty serious racing there. Otherwise, we will have the grand finale of the GT Club IndyCar Series next Friday night, so make sure you hit the follow button and the notification bell. Otherwise, you'll miss out, and then you will hate yourself. Hopefully, you won't hate yourself, but yeah, you know, you'll be sad, probably sad. Circuit of the Americas going to be great. Circuit of the Americas should really suit these cars to the ground. And then otherwise, after that, we should have something going on with the Aussie Motorsport League Stadium Truck Series. Next round should be yellow. They're working on improving the mod a little bit because they're having a little bit of trouble. Not sure if you've been seeing the streams. They're having a bit of trouble with the landings on the jumps, but hopefully the new mod will fix that up a little bit. Anyway, I think that will do us for tonight. Thank you very much to everyone who has joined in the stream. Thank you to CJMRL, Zach H19, and Rain Ronald Righteous for the follows on stream. Getting close to that 500 mark. Never thought I'd hit 500, but here we are. We're staring down the barrel of it. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this stream here. Thank you very much. I hope to see you at the next stream. Until then, take it nice and easy. Look after yourself. And, yeah. Got nothing else to add.